Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast where it's apparently mustache day in the Elite. It is Lost in the Midcard. We are back. Had a week hiatus, took a little break ski. We are now back. We are back and welcoming back AEW Dynamite live on Wednesday nights. It's so good to record Lost in the Midcard after a Dynamite finally. It's been way too long, but we are back for our finale at the place behind me where they filmed WWE Dynamite tonight. Daly's place in Jacksonville. Oh, WWE Dynamite. Oh, JR with a gaff at the end of Dynamite tonight.
We had one job, JR.
Gotta love him.
One job.
We got amazingly no pay-per-views to pimp and no pay-per-views to review. So we got some TV. We got a little bit of headlines. So let's just dive into it. Thank you to spiderduck.net for being our host, enabling us to be on iTunes, Spotify, and any of your favorite podcasting apps. All you got to do is search for Lost in the Midcard. Hit that subscribe button. That way you know every time a new episode comes your way, typically on Thursdays. And you can also find us on the YouTube for the video version of the podcast and the links to all that. Go ahead and head to our fancy new website, LITMCpodcast.com. Thanks to our buddy Mark Cho for setting that one up, LITMCpodcast.com. You can go to Facebook, facebook.com/Lost in the Midcard, Twitter at LITMC Podcast. All of our links are right there on that website. I'm your host, Jeremy Bennett. You can find me on the Twitter at JB Huskers. As always, my co-host, he is on the Twitter at Raw F Showtime. It is Mr. Matt Black. Matt, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. It's a great AEW Dynamite.
Yes.
Stuff like that puts you in a good mood, man.
It was a tremendous episode of Dynamite. I will be on the record as to saying I hated the fucking hated the finish. Come on, just give us something clean once in a while. Way too many DQs, not just in AEW, not just in pro wrestling in general. We are getting way too many DQs to get out of booking situations.
But there were no DQs.
Well, okay, distractions too, you know.
I mean, distractions, I'm fine. Look, I'll take a distraction as long as we get a finish.
Yeah, it's just,
I hate DQs. I hate countouts. I hate, cop out shit like that. Like, I don't mind interference finishes as long as we actually get a finish.
Yeah, I just didn't think we needed it there tonight. But
well, look, MJF and Sammy Guevara are arguably two of the biggest stars, rising stars within their company. And they made the note that they wanted to protect Guevara in defeat.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that. I kind of wish Jericho wouldn't have taken the bump that he did. I think at his age that was completely unnecessary.
It's pretty high up
and
there.
Hopefully he's okay.
Yeah. And hopefully Rebel's okay.
That she does not look like she's okay.
No, either a knee or an ankle, a foot, something with Rebel. Camera footage from a fan was shown earlier during Dynamite, showing her getting helped out too. So hopefully she is going to be okay. We'll probably update you on next week's show when we find out. We
might even find out during the broadcast tonight. So
yeah, possibly.
I'll be trying to keep an eye on social media throughout the show just in case that kind of information comes out while we're recording, so we can break the news as it happens.
Yeah. So we kick things off with tag team match here. Young Bucks taking on Penta El Cero Mero and Eddie Kingston. Penta and Eddie win. They will get a tag team title shot in the near future. Our tremendous, our usual tremendous chaotic tag wrestling that we get out of the Young Bucks and Penta and Eddie, and I'm sure it pissed Bully Ray off. More on that later. But your typical great wrestling with those guys. Just the moves that Penta can do are just tremendous. And Eddie Kingston's one of the best in the business, and I think Tony Khan knows that. And I think we're going to see a lot of great things. I think Eddie Kingston will be a world champion one day in AEW.
I don't know world champion, but I see a run as tag champion. I see a run as TNT champion. I don't know world champion, just because I think that title is going to be held in a prestigious company.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's not a whole lot of, like, the company's only been around for 2 years, and they've only had 3 world champions. So I mean, yeah, I'm not sure world title. I do feel he'll get a tag title run. I do feel he'll have a TNT title run. I don't know if he'll make that. I don't know if he'll get that world championship. But hey, who knows? All I know is Hangman Page is getting that title.
Yeah.
And damn it, JB, I want to be there when it happens. Have you been able to get off for All Out yet? I know you said you were looking into it.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to make it work with money.
No!
Money and going. Yeah, it'll depend. Especially just spent a lot of money on moving and such, and going to Denver the week before. So
damn.
We'll see. I don't know. I don't think I can.
They don't go on sales until like another week and a half.
Yeah, I don't know, but we'll
I don't want to go up and do the whole week. I can't handle doing the whole week.
Well,
but
no, yeah,
I would love to go up for the weekend.
Yeah,
and fly back home on Monday.
I am pretty sure I cannot get off work Friday. So it'd have to be a Saturday and come home Monday type of deal.
Which I would be okay. I don't need to be up there for Rampage and Dynamite. I want to be there for All Out.
Yeah.
And I think going to 3 wrestling shows within a 5-day span would probably burn me the fuck out anyway. Yeah. And I'd rather take all my hype, into All Out than, trying to go up there and make a week with it. In my line of work, like, literally, I would have to go to Chicago and spend 3 days in a hotel. And that wouldn't be any fun to me. Yeah. I feel like I could get away with having a weekend because I'm off on Saturdays, and I could have, I could get away with Sunday. I feel like I could, and I could fly back home Monday morning to work. When I got home. Mm-hmm. So, like, I would love to be able to go. Please see if it's possible, because I don't. The whole thing is, I don't want to go by myself.
Yeah, right now I
want to go with a friend. I hate going to the movie theaters, and I hate going to wrestling shows by myself. Those are things I like to go with somebody.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, right now it's probably going to come down to money. I have to look into that, but
I mean, we can always look into how much the tickets to the show are, and then go from there.
Yeah, and flights. And
I feel like we'll find that out within the next.
Yeah, tickets are probably going to be the least
couple
thing.
Of days.
Tickets are going to probably be the least thing to worry about with that. It'll be flights and hotel are going to be the big things. And so, yeah, I just don't know if I'm going to make that work at this time right now. So we'll have to look at it and see. But I'm not holding my breath on it. Very interesting. Brandon Cutler continuing to spray Matt Jackson with the aerosol can. We're wondering what the hell's going on.
Way too long.
That was funny. We're like, what is he doing? And the elite hunter, Frankie Kazarian, holding onto his ankles. I thought that was hilarious because it's like you couldn't see it. So you're like, why is he still using it? What is he doing? What is it? Then it all makes sense that Kazarian was holding Cutler up. I thought that was funny. And all that of the distraction. Of course, the Good Brothers tried to come out. So then that's where Kazarian came out and evened up the odds. And Penta hit the package pile driver into Eddie's back fist there and gets the win. They will take on the Young Bucks next week for the AEW Tag Team Championships. I don't foresee a title change, Matt. I don't foresee a title change in the tag division until New York. I think Santana and Ortiz are going to win the titles in New York.
I love that idea. I kind of wanted to see Uno and Grayson to be the team to take the titles off the Bucks, but
They're not even pairing them up on Dynamite much, hardly. So
yeah, but I mean, if you're building to everything, I mean, they could do that.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, don't I don't know. I love the idea of LAX getting the titles. And look, as long as Conan's around now,
Yeah.
And he used the LAX theme last week, I'm calling him LAX until they demand me not to. So yeah, I would
Cred Ed's
love,
gonna send you a memo.
I would love to see them if they win the dude. AEW would be dumb not to do a title change at Arthur Ashe Stadium.
Yeah.
So, whatever tag match you do it all out, like, shouldn't be in doubt.
Yeah.
And then you move LAX into that spot for a couple weeks later. And man, that'd be a big moment. It'd be a really big moment.
I had a 4-day weekend this weekend. Took Monday off to go see Mom for her birthday, and then just took Tuesday off to take a little longer break from work. And so I was getting the oil changed, getting a bunch of errands done on my day off yesterday. So I was sitting at the bar, eating some lunch. There's a Buffalo Wings and Rings right next to the place I get my oil changed. So I was like, perfect. I'll walk over there, have a beer, and have some wings and some potato wedges. And they had the Wimbledon on.
You said Buffalo Wild Wings?
No, Buffalo Wings and Rings.
Oh, I've never heard of them. They good?
Oh yeah, they're good.
Nice. I don't like Buffalo Wild Wings. I feel they're very overrated. So
yeah, I don't go there hardly. I go to Wings and Rings a lot more than Buffalo Wild Wings. I'll go to Buffalo Wild Wings when I go visit my buddy in Omaha. I like it there too, but Wings and Rings has some gigantic boneless wings too, so it's some good stuff.
I'm a big Wingstop guy. You like Wingstop?
I think we are I think getting one finally soon.
Nice.
I've had it once in Omaha. There's not one in Lincoln. I've had it once in Omaha, and that was like 5-6 years ago, so I can't remember how.
Oh, they're tremendous, and they just added thigh stop to their menu.
Yeah, I saw that because the wings are. I mean, I work in a bar, right in Keno. I work in a bar on every Sunday night, and like chicken wing prices are skyrocketing right now. So that's why they went to thigh stop because
I think it's brilliant. It's fantastic. The thighs they're selling. They're doing boneless thighs, which are kind of like chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
And then they're doing bone-in thighs. But they're doing it in the Wingstop sauces. It's tremendous. Very, very good. Highly recommend. If you haven't had it, go out of your way to get it. It's really good shit, pal.
Great segment with Christian Cage and Jungle Boy. Mentioning that if he wins against Jack Evans tonight, he'll hit 50 and be the first to 50 wins in AEW. Luchasaurus and Christian have a great dinosaur conversation too. I thought that was pretty funny.
I loved it.
that was good. We got Tony Schiavone in interviewing Ethan Page. Tell you what, man, Ethan Page, great improv work with the crowd tonight. I really loved it. Everybody getting on Ethan Page, and he responded great. I loved it. That was some good shit, pal.
Enough for the what chance, guys. It's 2021. Let him go.
That should have died in 2005, for Christ's sake.
Look, even if it's one thing to do it at a WWE show because it originated there. Don't bring that over to AEW or Impact or Ring of Honor or anything like that. I mean, that's not their.
It's like at this point, how many people in that crowd yelling "what" knows where that even came from? For fuck's sake, just stop it. Sting comes out with a coffin. Darby pops out of it like he's on fire. I loved how he popped out of that coffin. That was cool. And he's raking the eyes of Ethan Page, and Ethan says the match is off for next week, and he wants a week away from contact with Allen before he can do a match. So they're going to push it off to Fyter Fest, whatever the circumstances were that led that to move that to Fyter Fest. Doesn't matter. It's still going to be a good match. Jack Evans took on Jungle Boy, Jack Perry. So we got Jack versus Jack. I love Jericho mock hating that the crowd sings along to a song that isn't his. I thought that was kind of funny. Jungle Boy with the win. After the match, the Hardy family office was getting ready to attack, but the Jurassic Express along with Christian came to even up the odds. So that was kind of cool. Got a great promo from MJF. A little sit down promo there. We got an interview with Alex Abrahantes and Andrade El Idolo, and we find out that he will face Matt Sydal, who all of a sudden is in the top 5. He'll face Matt Sydal next week in Miami at Road Rager.
Racking up those wins on Dark and Elevation, brother.
Yeah, get him in the top 5 so we can have Andrade knock him off, and we say Andrade beat a top 5er so we can push him up to the moon. To the moon! Oh, sorry, wrong show.
Plus, he got that win on Saturday Night Dynamite.
Yep,
against Dante Martin. So.
That was good. That was a good match too, with Dante.
Seidel's been doing good work, man. Like I don't mind. I don't mind. I think they're gonna have a great match.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I didn't even think about Saturday. We could have talked about Saturday Night Dynamite.
We don't really need to at this point.
Great main event. How about that?
Yeah, great main event. That's all that needs.
Great show. Good show too.
Yeah, I enjoyed Saturday. I actually enjoyed tonight more.
Pretty sad when Saturday Night Dynamite garners a better rating than NXT on Tuesdays.
I don't know what's going on with NXT's ratings right now. The only thing I can figure, and I wrote this in my article today at Sportskeeda, they went head to head with not only the NBA playoffs, but the ratings juggernaut that is America's Got Talent.
Yeah,
and I think going head to head with both of those shows, just those shows aren't DVR proof. Spoilers, leak out everywhere on those shows. People want to watch them live. They don't want to put them on DVR and watch them later. They want to watch them as they happen so they don't get spoiled.
Yeah.
So people feel like NXT, like, yeah, we can DVR this, we can watch it later. So yeah, I think it's that. I think once the NBA playoffs and the finals are done, and once America's Got Talent has its run, I think NXT's numbers will bounce back. I think professional wrestling as a whole, once the NBA playoffs is done,
and you get crowds,
will bounce back in their numbers.
And you'll have crowds. WWE gonna have crowds in a couple weeks.
I'm super hyped about Miami next week.
AEW going on the road next week. Impact's gonna have crowds soon. I did not watch Impact this week, so.
I mean, I did, but I don't remember it.
Well.
So, I mean, it was a freaking week ago.
Tony Schiavone back in the ring to interview Kenny Omega, who does his best Triple H impression with his facial hair there.
The Bucks and Kenny had some facial hair tonight.
It was facial hair night for the Elite.
It's so ridiculous that it works. Is the best compliment that I can give them.
Kenny said that there's no one left to beat, so he's going to take some time off, and that's when the Dark Order came out. I liked how Kenny called out 5, couldn't last 2 minutes when he lasted like 8 or so in the match they had a long time ago. So that was kind of funny. But they said there is one man who is deserving, and crowd starts chanting for cowboy shit, and then Kenny starts talking down, saying that whoever, I appreciate it, but whoever if we're talking about the same guy, that guy doesn't have the guts to face me. So then Kenny wishes us bids adieu. Brian Pillman Jr. All of a sudden, not all of a sudden, but ever since he's been in the number 1 contention for the TNT title, man, putting together some great promos, isn't he?
He's been really good on the mic lately.
Yeah,
very good.
Another good pre-tape promo from Brian Pillman up ahead of the match with Mero and Brian Pillman. I I think I would compare this to the Evil Uno match, a match that we know is 100% retaining the title for Miro, but yet we get Miro makes them look like $1 million because Miro does such a good job of selling no matter the opponent. So I thought it was an entertaining match between those two. You agree?
Oh yeah, I thought it was a great match. Just because a match isn't in doubt doesn't mean it can't be an enjoyable match where, like, the thing that I've always said about NXT, and it rings true for AEW as well, and maybe not as much NXT lately, but old school 2014 to 2017 NXT, even when you lost, you didn't really lose. You got over in defeat. You didn't look bad. And AEW does that very, very well. That, yeah, you lost, but it was really close.
Yeah.
And you had a hell of a performance, and your stock went up coming out of that match, even with a loss. And I feel Brian Pillman Jr.'s stock went up tonight, even with the loss to Miro. And what do you think about Miro's badass new entrance theme, man?
Yeah, a lot better than that best man shit.
He's the best. He's the best man.
That was a terrible song.
Miro.
That was a terrible song.
I didn't think it was terrible. I thought it was great.
Terrible. I thought it was god awful. I never liked
JB, tell us how you really feel.
I never liked that theme.
Damn.
Never.
Where's the heat?
I never liked that theme. That was a dog shit city.
My God.
Miro calling himself the Redeemer now. Great new entrance music.
God's favorite champion.
Game over. And then Game Over turned on his back, and then Pillman had nowhere to go, so he passed out, and Miro retains. I had an idea who would take the title off of Miro.
Who you thinking?
I think it's Sammy Guevara. See where they go, though. Go a lot of ways.
It's possible.
Go a lot of ways. But, there's a lot of ways you can go. I mean, fuck, you can go on. Man, Andrade and Miro would be a hell of a match if we go to that at All Out. You could be Andrade.
They could absolutely do Andrade and Miro
at All Out, yeah, and he would take it off him then.
And there's still the potential we might see Miss Trinidad.
Yep.
In Miami next week.
I got a little on that from Fightful here. Taz with his son Hook, who I can't wait to have him get going in wrestling. I think he's going to be tremendous once he gets going. And Powerhouse Hobbs talk about how July 14th, which I think is Fighter Fest. I can't remember. There's so many named shows coming up for AEW.
It's Road Rager, Fighter Fest Night 1, Fighter Fest Night 2, and then Fight for the Fallen.
So
is the July schedule.
So this is Fighter Fest Night 2 then. Cage will defend the FTW Championship against Ricky Starks. I'm telling you right now, the fix is in, and everybody's going to gang up on Cage and strip him of that title.
I think so too. Yep. I think we're getting the Cage babyface turn.
Yep.
Coming out of this. And the only downside of that is you already have a monster babyface right now in Lance Archer, and you're not really using him right now.
Yeah.
On a consistent basis. So it's just like, do you really have room for two monster baby faces right now? I'm not really sure. So yeah, I'm kind of iffy on that at the moment. I mean, they might be able to flesh everything out a lot better when they've got Rampage coming in August. But right now, like, I feel like they only really have room for one monster type baby face, and I feel like that's Lance Archer's role right now. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. Personally, I would have preferred a fatal four-way for the FTW title. And you throw Powerhouse Hobbs and Hook in there. And if you really wanted to do it where you got the title on Starks, you just had everybody, like you said, everybody just jumps Cage. and it turns into a 3-on-1 handicap match instead of a fatal 4-way. I think that would have been a really cool way to do it. But what can you do?
Tag match up next. Nyla Rose, Vicky Guerrero taking on Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, and Rebel, not Reba. Hey, we got some good wrestling moves by Vicky Guerrero in this match even. That was pretty cool. Unfortunately, it looks like Rebel has injured herself. Like I said, we'll update you if we find out later tonight or next week. We'll update you on Rebel. Britt Baker, the champion, puts the lockjaw on Guerrero, and Vicky taps out. After the match, Rose attacks Britt and goes back to her old stable of putting women through tables, and that's what she did to Britt Baker off the apron. They announced that Penta and Eddie will get their title shot next week at Road Rager. Then we got our main event, an absolute classic between MJF and Sammy Guevara. Man, that dive to the outside through in the aisleway. Man, first when I saw that live, I thought Sammy nailed his head on the fucking on the back of the chair and fucking is gonna hurt himself again.
Yeah, glad we didn't have that.
Yeah, I saw the slow-mo instant replay to see that he hit it with his hands and not his head, so that was good. Some crazy shit, and goddamn is Sammy Guevara over right now.
Yeah, that crowd was 100% behind him tonight.
Yeah, it was. I thought it was a good moment to put him over MJF, and that's why I was kind of annoyed with the distraction finish, just because I thought, it would mean a lot more, just because MJF has hardly ever lost.
Here's the thing: if Sammy was gonna win, Sammy would have won. I think Sammy probably would have won clean.
Yeah.
But if MJF was gonna win, they wanted to protect Guevara. So, and especially when they had Guevara essentially close Double or Nothing by beating Spears in the middle of the ring in front of that live crowd. I think that had a lot to do with it.
Early on, there was a sweet pin sequence between the two. I thought that was badass. Then just Sammy, the moves he puts on me, the double springboard cutter, the Panama Sunrise, the Spanish God Fly. How about that? I like that one. I like that one. Just Sammy's moves are insane, man. They're just tremendous. And the great thing about fans being back at up front is MJF fucking with them. That we got a little bit of that. We got a taste of that. And we'll get an even more of a taste of it next week when he'll be able to walk around the ring before his match and really fuck with some fans. I cannot wait. Somehow MJF kicks out of the 630. I thought that was it. I thought he hit the 630, game over, but no pun intended, Miro. But nope, it was not. MJF kicked out. Then we got Distraction City. The chairman comes and lands a chair shot on Guevara, and that leads to MJF pinning Sammy Guevara for the end. And then we end the last few minutes of Dynamite with a great look back of the past 14 months in Jacksonville. I've always loved at Daly's Place as a venue, even before the pandemic hit. So I was happy to see that business was going to continue at this venue. And I can't believe how many great moments have been at Daly's Place, Matt, the last 14 months.
A lot of memorable moments.
Debuts, matches, pay-per-views, just so much good shit, pal. And then we sign off by thank you for tuning into WWE Dynamite.
In a way, I feel like it was almost needed, because I was kind of emotionally spent after that video package. With all the Brody Lee stuff in there.
Yeah.
And I feel JR fucking up kind of just alleviated everything.
Yeah.
Because it just went from, it feels like, damn it, JR, really? And it just kind of brought everybody back in a way.
You had one job.
Yeah, but maybe it was necessary tonight.
You had one
I don't
job,
know.
JR. Oh boy. Good shit, pal. NXT this week. 1 week away from the Great American Bash triple threat tag match. Doing the triple threat rules that I don't like. Shotzi and Ember, Io and Zoe, Raquel and Dakota. Really don't think it was a surprise that Io and Zoe got the win there. I don't I don't know on this, Matt. I'm like 50-50. Like I honestly am not leaning. I can't lean either way on if there's going to be a title change next week or not. I'm literally right down the middle.
What do you mean?
Between the Way and Io and Zoe Stark next week.
No, I don't see title. I don't see title change there. Io and Zoe are such a weird pairing. I don't see that happening.
Yeah.
Hey, guess who was at the Stanley Cup tonight?
Who?
Kevin Owens and Everrise.
Ah, they are good buddies.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
What are you saying, Matt?
That's interesting. I'm saying.
Maybe. Do you think that's the Sean Ross Sapp tweet?
I'm saying it's possible. It's possible. There's so many angles to look at from that.
When we,
it could be him with Everrise. It could be Adam Cole with
could be
Woods.
Breeze. Could be Woods with Breeze.
There's so. I don't think it's Woods because, from my understanding, all the New Day are signed through 2024.
Okay.
So unless that changed, I think he's. I don't think it's Woods, but it could be KO, and it could be Adam Cole.
Oh,
so
yesterday was the party day, and they briefly brought it up in the open, and it said, "Well," Cesaro goes, "Well, for how long though?" He goes, Xavier goes, "It's always going to be the party day," and Cesaro goes, "Well, for how long though?" Which we don't know yet.
Hopefully forever. Hopefully forever.
Forever.
Don't get rid of my party.
Forever. We'll salute to Funker on his birthday there. Right? A little beyond the mat. A little beyond the. Always fun when you make beyond the mat references. But I wasn't booked. Karrion Kross attacked by Johnny Gargano.
Beyond the mat.
Tackled him into a garage door. I don't think that's Johnny Gargano's smartest move, but okay. Kross telling him he's a dead man. NXT announces the breakout tournament is returning. Of course, 2019 had 8 promising individuals. A lot of them still with NXT. Sorry, Jordan Miles.
And the winner that they failed to mention.
They didn't even mention Boa, and he had a match later on that night. They mentioned 6 guys.
To me, it was more glaring that they didn't mention the guy who won it.
Well, why would they, though? I mean, he's not even wrestling anymore.
For now. Give it.
Yeah, I thought it was weird.
I swear him and Leo Rush are trying to compete for who can retire the most time in their 20s.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't. Yeah, it was weird that they didn't mention Boa, even though was wrestling later on that night. We have not heard who's in the tournament yet, so it'll be interesting to see. Bronson Reed getting interviewed by the lovely Mackenzie Mitchell, and Swerve steps up and challenges him to a title match right here tonight. Bronson accepts. Karrion Kross comes out to the ring with a purpose and calling out Johnny. Johnny starts talking on the ramp when Austin Theory attacks from behind, and then Johnny attacks from the front, and then Joe comes out to break it all up. And I like to cross his line there. Doing a hell of a job, Joe. More of Joe later. We got a charging graphic at 61%. Like I said, like we said 2 weeks ago, we think this is probably.
I thought it was at 80.
The first one was at 61.
I only saw one last night. I saw the one that was like 80.
There's three. There were three. Two or three, but yeah.
First one. I must not have been paying a lot of attention because I only saw it once.
Well, considering there's no noise with it, yeah. Johnny and Gargano, Austin Theory, hightailing out of the arena. The Diamond Mine finally made their presence known last week, and Roderick Strong with a match against a guy by the name of Asher Hale. Quick little match there, and Malcolm Bivens getting on the mic saying the Diamond Mine is open for business. I don't know about this group, Matt.
I kind of would have liked more of a promo.
Yeah.
From Bivens. Like, man, I was like, man, they finally give you the mic and they let you talk for 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And the fact that Shafir was supposed to be in it.
Yeah.
And that Aruda Cha guy, I can never say his name right. I feel bad.
You talking about Arturo Ruas?
Yes. They were both him and Shafir were both supposed to be a Diamond Mine. And instead they get released instead. So
I'm still not a big Tyler Rust guy.
Tyler Rust. Yeah. I mean, I don't feel anything for him either way at the moment. Let me put it that way.
Doesn't move the needle
to me. Malcolm Bivens will make or break this group. Yeah. But they have to let the man talk for more than 10 seconds. 10 seconds isn't going to get a group over.
And Hideki Suzuki, or is going to be known as Hashiman, is the third guy in the group. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm not impressed with the group selection. So let's see how it plays out. Roderick Strong obviously is a beast and is amazing. So we'll see how it plays out. And of course, I'm a big fan of Bivens too, going all the way back to his days in ROH. Cameron Grimes to the moon, taking on Ari Sterling. Ari Sterling, he got some impressive stuff in his arsenal. He's a 205 Live guy, one that survived. I love it when it said this week on 205 Live is gonna be a bunch of debuts. Well, no shit, you fired everybody. Cameron Grimes with the win after the match. LA Knight, yeah, LA Knight,
dummy, yeah,
shows up. And Grimes says he wants that championship to carry the legacy, and all night what and was some bling. So Grimes lays down the challenge next week for the $1 Million Championship. Knight denies the request because he doesn't deserve it. He's got everything he needs, but oh wait, maybe he does got something for Grimes, and they can have a match for the $1 Million title. If Grimes loses, then he becomes Grimes's butler.
I'm not looking forward to this.
Didn't we just see this movie, Matt, a few months ago?
I just feel like it's so obvious what they're going to do, and Grimes is going to lose, and I'm not looking forward to this.
Oh yeah, 100% Grimes is going to lose for the comedy of it all, because
you can only fuck with Grimes so many times before that crowd's going to move on to somebody else.
Yeah.
You've got lightning in a bottle with that guy right now. Stop fucking with him.
I don't think you could put the title on him right away though either. You got to build to that.
I feel like they're rushing it.
Great promos from Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole, baby. I absolutely love the fact that Joe let Kyle hold on to that submission for a while. I love Joe on NXT, man. This is good shit, pal. And then we got our mixed tag match. But first, the charge is at 71%. And Jake Atlas, Mercedes Martinez took on Xia Li and Boa. and no surprise that Tian Sha gets the win there. Some people thought that Mercedes was legit knocked out by Xia Li's kick.
Was.
Yeah, I did not hear a confirmation on that.
She was checked out in the back, and then was sent to the hospital.
Oof.
She was legit knocked out.
Oof.
Like, I don't know why she didn't get her fucking hand up.
Right.
But she didn't, and Xia Li legit knocked her the fuck out.
I liked the bringing the 4 chairs in the ring, sit down face to face with Thatcher, Ciampa, and MSK. It is clear who the CWC likes better. I think there's a title change here next week. I think Thatcher and Ciampa win it.
I think that would be the best idea for them before that crowd completely turns on MSK more than they already have.
Yeah. Well, I think Champ and Thatcher are going to win for one main reason. They still have a rubber match to finish with grizzled young veterans, and I still want that wish to be in a fight pit, and maybe it'll be for the tag titles inside the fight pit. So I think Thatcher Ciampa are going to win on next week. Saray coming into Mr. Regal's office asking for a match, asking for Tony Storm. So Regal said he'll take that under advisement. The battery is now at 81%. So yeah,
that's the one. That's the one I saw.
That's the one you saw. You missed the first two, but
apparently
that's okay.
I did.
It's okay. What matters is you're watching when it hits 100. So that's all that really matters.
Tegan Knox. We're going with Tegan Knox, right?
Yeah, that's my guess.
Yeah.
Too. I don't know who else it could be. You know. I mean, fuck, I don't know. That's the popular choice, though, is Tegan Knox. Karrion Kross and the Scarlet leaving the arena. Theory shows up and punches Kross. Gargano then attacks and they gang up on Kross and Theory got wasted. And then Gargano tried to slam the car door on Kross. And I loved when Kross stood up.
He did. Several times.
He did,
but it didn't do anything.
I loved when Kross stood up though and just no sold it, and the look on his face. I thought that was awesome. And then security shows up. I loved Joe grabbing him and dragging him back into the arena like it was his child or something. His child fucked up. Joe telling Gargano, perhaps you pushed Kross a little too far. I see a lot of people on the nets, Matt, thinking Gargano's going to win that title over him because simply he's going to get called up. And a lot of people think that's why the main event had a title change. Because
that's absolutely why the main event had a title change, because we went from Reed's going to feud with Santos Jobberbar to all of a sudden he's putting the title up against Isaiah Swerve Scott.
Yep.
You know, it's totally obvious to me that was a I feel like their long-term plan was to put the title on Swerve, and they're like, well, we don't have time to be long-term anymore. We got to do it now.
Yeah, Vince wants some people.
And we all know Kross is going up, but is Gargano the one to take the title off of him? I don't know.
Of course, Kross and Bronson Reed have been wrestling on main event lately. Scarlett getting in the ring too now, as well. Of course, if you remember her in Impact, you know that she can wrestle. So, main event time. A damn good main event was between Swerve and Bronson Reed, two top talents, two good young hosses in the division of NXT. But of course, as we just said, Bronson Reed may not be in NXT any longer. How about that bump Top Dollar took through the window or whatever the fuck you want to call it? That was a sick bump, wasn't it?
Wasn't fucking around, brother.
Woo! Big boy going through that glass. This was a great match, and like I said, Swerve is. I mean, I've been following Swerve since his days of Lucha Underground, and so it's good to see him hold up some gold. tremendous match with Bronson Reed. The Hit Row Records has been a great stable, and so well deserved for Swerve to get that North American Championship. Love it. Don't hate it at all. And thus ends our NXT. Was a great show. Yeah, so I did not watch Impact. Matt doesn't remember Impact, so I don't know if it even happened.
Yeah.
Did
Sorry.
Did it even happen?
Oh, I'm sure it definitely happened. I just don't remember it.
Yeah.
What can you do?
Main event was Kojima and Eddie Edwards taking on VBD, which is not a STD, by the way.
Are you sure?
No, I'm not sure, but VBD retaining. Yeah, I don't know. Impact has just been kind of there lately. Needs a shot in the arm again. Which, hey, it got a shot in the arm last July, right?
Yeah, and hopefully they'll get another one.
SmackDown from Friday. We get a segment starting off with Bianca Belair cutting a promo, Seth Rollins coming out, Bailey coming out, and Cesaro coming out. And that leads us to a tag match playa with Cesaro and Bianca Belair taking on Seth Rollins and Bailey. And the bad people get the win. I like that plant slam, that rose plant by Bailey. I like that finisher a lot. I think that's a pretty cool finisher. You know, typical WWE. I guess we're not done with the same match over and over, right? Now you got Bailey pinning Belair. We're gonna get another match.
Well, they don't have a whole lot of people on the SmackDown roster right now.
It's true.
On the women's side, JB. So what are they supposed to do?
Yeah, let's stretch it out. I guess, as far as we can. Jimmy Uso talking to Paul Heyman. Jay has been AWOL and still continues to be AWOL. But Heyman playing nice with Jimmy because Jimmy is finally buying in with the head of the table. So Heyman, Jimmy wants a match. Heyman says, "I'll go get you a match, but you better win because if you don't, well, good luck." We got the coronation of King Nakamura. I'm not even gonna try doing that. By Rick Boogs. Dude, how about Pat McAfee doing the Steve Austin with the water bottles? Best part of that was he got Michael Cole all wet and annoyed, probably.
Fucking Cole.
How good is Pat McAfee, man? That guy's just great. I did not expect him to just knock that job out of the park, but he's doing it, man. He's doing it. Poor Baron Corbin shown backstage, just all sad. Poor Baron, man. What a shame. And then they trademark Happy Corbin. I
was gonna say, I guess it's a shame he's gonna be happy.
I don't want to know what that's leading to, but
I want him to be a golfer.
We need a shooter. I got a shooter, Pat McAfee. They've been shooting.
Isn't the shooter Chad Gable?
Yeah. Corbin and McAfee they're real life good friends, and they've been actually doing some working on the Twitter. Corbin not happy that McAfee's enjoying the Rick Boogs concert experience. So maybe we get Corbin feuding with McAfee eventually, or maybe we turn Corbin babyface. I don't know, but hey, I like Corbin a lot. He's a hell of a worker. He is all very, very, very well liked backstage with wrestlers and management. So, there will be something for him. And I think it's almost time for a change. To be honest, it's been a long time as king. I think it's a very good time to mix things up. I don't know about Happy Corbin, but we'll see where it goes. Rollins mad that Edge showed up and gets a title shot. Spoiler alert, there's your SummerSlam match, right, Matt?
Well, Rollins and Edge, yeah.
Yep.
Clearly, Rollins is going to cost Edge the match at Money in the Bank, which will lead to their match at SummerSlam.
Yep.
I really wish they would have saved the "There's No One Left" promo for John Cena's return heading into SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Instead of using it on Edge, especially since they named Edge as one of the people he defeated. Like, I really wish they wouldn't have done that.
Yeah, they could have they could have saved that line at least.
Yeah.
I mean, to
like,
be
there's
fair,
nothing wrong with Edge coming back and getting his one-on-one match.
No.
I just wish there's no one left line.
But to be
I
fair,
really wish they would have saved for Cena.
But to be fair, he was stacked and pinned, at WrestleMania. So, I like that new Edge shirt though, man. Iconoclast. Like it.
It's all right.
I like it.
I haven't bought a WWE t-shirt in years.
I haven't since KO Mania 5. I bought that. I pre-ordered it because I own every KO Mania shirt. So that was the last one I bought. No, yeah. I bought a Good Brothers shirt on clearance at Hot Topic, but that's not WWE.
No, that's Pro Wrestling Tees stuff.
Yep, I bought that. I got a Good Brothers shirt for like $8 at Hot Topic.
Can't beat that.
And Hot Topic has now finally reopened their ship to store, so you don't have to pay for shipping. And I get an excuse to go to Panda Express in the mall because I don't eat Panda Express that often. So it's usually when I go to the mall. So
I wish they would stock some new AEW shirts. They haven't replenished their AEW shirt selection in months.
Yeah,
I would say since December. Honestly, it's been a while. Like, it's time.
It's been a while.
It's time to get a new stock of shirts, guys. Because I bought every single one that I wanted, and the ones you have left, I don't want. So please, calm down, Stain. I want some more AEW shirts, please. So Hot Topic, hook me up because I don't like buying through pro wrestling gouge you tees with excess costs and shipping prices.
Yeah. Hey, you got an FTW shirt that I already own.
I do have the FTW shirt.
Mock shirt that I'm not a fan of. We got a Sue in the Van. We got.
I have no interest in that.
Then we got some old retro WWE wrestlers. Cactus Jack. Got the Britt Baker bloody shirt. Or is it the bloody shirt? Yeah, I think.
Yeah, it's the bloody shirt. I want the DMD shirt.
Got a
Brody Lee. I don't want the one that really showcases the blood.
The Anxious Millennial Cowboy. That was old. That's a way old shirt. And I don't die Matt Hardy shirt. The Best Man Miro. That'll go on clearance soon. You can get a Danhausen shirt. There's a Best Friend shirt that doesn't have the alien, so what's the point there? Yeah, nothing really new there. Next up, Money in the Bank qualifying match. Big E and Apollo Crews. And Aziz tried to hit the Nigerian nail on Big E, gets caught. Ref throws him out. Big E hits the big ending and gets in the match. That Money in the Bank match is really shaping up talent-wise to be awesome, Matt, isn't it?
Yeah, you ain't wrong, man.
Ricochet, Morrison, Riddle, Big E.
I still wouldn't be surprised if one of those guys don't make it to the match, but we'll see. We'll see where it goes.
Yeah. Sami Zayn informed that he's going to have a last man standing match with Kevin Owens for a Money in the Bank qualifier. So I guess Kevin Owens was not taking that much time off, as he had tweeted. Sonya Deville comes out, makes her Money in the Bank ladder announcement that Carmella will be in the match. Yeah, we don't have qualifying matches because we don't have enough women.
Yeah. But then they implied that if Liv beat Carmella, she would be in, and she did. But then she wasn't on the graphic on Monday. So what the fuck?
I don't know. Jimmy Uso, Dolph Ziggler. That was a hell of a match between those guys. Went about 10 minutes. Jimmy Uso getting the win. So he will keep the tribal chief happy.
I'm glad you thought the match was good.
You didn't like it?
Like I told, like I think it was Cheryl. I told, like every time Dolph Ziggler wrestles, my eyes glaze over.
That was a good match.
It's just whatever. It just, to me, like I've seen everything Dolph has to offer at this point, and I'm just, it's whatever. Like WWE has fucked him so many times. As long as he's with WWE, I can't take anything he does seriously. I'd rather watch his brother work at this point.
And Roman Reigns closing the show off saying that no one left. There's no one left. No one left. That there is no one left when the Edge comes out. And full beard, crazy Edge beats the hell out of Roman. With a good way to end SmackDown. A happy way to end SmackDown. He'd rather see his brother. I do like Nick, though. I do like Nick. It's a shame that no one wants to play the Hollywood Hunk trivia game with him. Trent always knows.
They don't play; they just don't do good.
Trent always knows the answers because you just told me that last week. Poor Trent, by the way, neck fusion surgery, so he's going to be out.
Yeah, geez, that came out of nowhere,
right? So that is.
I feel bad for best friends every time they get some semblance of traction. So an injury happens. I mean, it really sucks for them. Like they could have been a team that could have dethroned the Bucks.
Yeah.
But with these constant injuries, that's just not going to happen.
And, now it's like Orange Cassidy's on an island by himself, as we saw Saturday. It's like, so who's going to step up and help Orange Cassidy at this point? That's another,
I mean, you still got Chuck Taylor, but
yeah, but there's a lot more people than that they're facing right now. So, it'll be interesting to see if anybody steps up and helps out the best friend. Maybe somebody will be an honorary best friend while Trent is gone for God. I mean, that could be a year.
Yeah, I'm not really sure how long something like that's going to take to be out for, but it's definitely not something I'd rush back from.
John Morrison correctly stated that last week's Monday Night Raw was probably one of the best ones in several years, and I would agree. So we
I don't know if I'd say several years, but easily the best one this year.
Yeah, it's been one of the best ones in a while. So here we are. Let's see if they can follow up with episode 1466. And we're with Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville, and Riddle shows up with a note from Randy Orton. The things they do with Riddle are so dumb, but they crack me up because of the way he delivers it. Riddle is Riddle is Riddle. That's about all I can say, right?
Riddle is consistently the highlight of Raw every single week.
He even drew a little snake on it there. Signed Randy, the Viper.
And look, and I'm just gonna say, if you don't like Riddle,
fine.
Right. But if you didn't at least crack a smile during his backstage segment with Priest, where Priest said, "Randy's lucky to have you as a friend."
Aw.
And and that didn't happen, and you didn't at least crack a smile. I don't know if you're a human.
I love Riddle. He's got two awes too. He's got aw, and he's like aw. Oh shit, that's good. So Riddle has a note from Dr. Orton that he can fill in for Randy in the battle royale that we got, because make the disgruntled people happy, give them a shot at that spot in the last chance. Is I don't know what is it, just a storyline thing with Orton? I mean, why was Orton not there?
I don't know. There's been no 100% answer at this point, whether it was part of the storyline or whether something happened. I mean, yeah, I'm not really sure.
Everything on that front's completely silent, so I'm gonna assume that this is just all story. So we got Gulak, Benjamin, Jinder, Tozawa, Angel Garza. Yeah, what happened to Angel Garza, by the way? I haven't seen him in forever. Ali, Mansoor, R-Truth, Jeff Hardy, and a cast of Damian Priest returning, Cedric Alexander. So the final four after the jobbers got eliminated and Omos eliminated the Viking Raiders to continue that feud. We got Jeff Hardy, Damian Priest, Riddle, Cedric Alexander, and I thought the final two with Riddle and Damian Priest was just tremendous. I thought that was a great one-on-one there at the end. Riddle with the final flash knee while Priest is on the apron to get the win and move on into the main event of Monday Night Raw, the triple threat, last chance to qualify for Money in the Bank. We replay the feud with Shayna Baszler and Alexa Bliss. We got Jackson Riker slapping himself with a strap. We got AJ Styles.
I can't wait for the rude awakening WWE is about to walk into, thinking this man's a babyface in a few weeks.
Right.
Dumbasses.
AJ Styles talking some shit about his main event match, saying he's the freshest guy in the room. Riddle just yeah. How you doing? Drew McIntyre's been through hell the past month. Riddle just competed, so he's confident heading into the match tonight. Nikki Cross backstage, Lucha House Party, goes up to her and says, "Hey, nice mask." And Sheriff Schreiber interviewing Nikki, I thought pretty good. This is a gimmick I'm not shitting on right away, Matt. I don't know about you, but I'm not really, I'm not completely shitting on this one. I'm kind of waiting and seeing on this one. And I think Nikki's having fun with it, so I don't know. What do you think about this?
It was her idea.
Yeah, exactly.
So...
I'm not really shitting on it. I don't hate it right now. I could say a lot. I can say I hate a lot about Raw. The superhero gimmick, I am not really hating on right now. She wants to be called Nikki Ash. Ash standing for almost a superhero. So we got Shayna Baszler and Nikki Cross. No surprise. Alexa Bliss got involved. Nikki Cross does get the win there over Baszler as we continue the Alexa Bliss and Shayna Baszler feud. Man, sorry, Alexa. I just woke up the thing over there. The face to face with Kofi and MVP. How good was that, Matt?
I love it. I love what those two have been doing.
I love when Kofi gets angry too. And
they have the perfect storyline set up, and they're gonna fuck it up.
How?
I don't have faith in them to do it.
You don't think they're gonna pull the trigger on him beating Bob?
Well, no, he shouldn't be the one to do it.
Woods?
No.
What are you getting at?
Oh, JB!
Oh, yeah.
Don't you dare be sour. The man that could win the Money in the Bank briefcase and bring it to Raw and feel the power.
I mean, even if he doesn't win, he's getting drafted to Raw.
No, dude, he wins the case.
Yeah.
And he wins the case Money in the Bank night, and Lashley beats Kofi. And he's beating down Kofi after the match like an asshole. And Big E comes out, and he chases Lashley off, and he's like, I ain't cashing in now. I'm cashing in SummerSlam.
Yeah.
And they do Big E and Lashley at SummerSlam, and Big E wins that freaking title.
Hell yeah.
And it would be freaking amazing.
Yeah. I think Big E's going to win the Money in the Bank.
It should be him or Cesaro.
Cesaro. Either way, Big E's going to be rejoining the New Day after the draft, if not before the draft. So This would be a way to speed things up if he challenges him at SummerSlam or just takes the title from him now. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if they cash in the men's Money in the Bank briefcase right away on at Money in the Bank, because the women has always been an instant cash in. So I think the woman that wins it is going to hold on to it for a while for a change, and I think the man is going to cash in right away. So I wouldn't be surprised if he cashes in at Money in the Bank. But if he wants to call his shot,
I think you call it a shot. You do it at SummerSlam.
Yeah, it's been a tremendous feud with New Day and MVP and Bob Lashley. It's been that promo with MVP and Kingston was tremendous. You know, and Kofi hit the Trouble in Paradise on the aisleway there, knocking the MVP out. It was a great segment. I loved it. I loved it a lot. Eva Marie and Dewdrop interviewed by Kevin Patrick. I love Piper's facial expressions when Eva's not looking. they're funny, and I love that they're showcasing what Piper can do in the ring too. So, you know, eventually there's going to be I still don't know why she's even with her, because clearly she doesn't like her.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, I've never heard why she's with her. But anyways, so Eva Marie would fail to tag in, kind of like what Dewdrop did last week, and but that didn't matter because she went on to win by herself. Then Eva Marie grabs the mic and says she's the winner. So because you know that's what Eva Marie does. John Morrison and Miz backstage, and Ricochet shows up and sprays Miz with the drip stick. I thought that was hilarious. Setting up the match, Ricochet, John Morrison. Holy fuck, that dived across the barricade, Matt. How insane did that look?
Pretty damn bonkers, man.
I don't know if they had a crash pad there or not.
You know they had a crash pad there. Stop it.
You think so?
Dude, the way Morrison went down backwards, if he didn't have the freaking crash pad there, he broke his fucking neck.
Right. And then the crash pad magically disappeared when they showed over a camera over the barricade. That was a sweet looking move, though, man. Holy crap. Double count out after that move. But a good match between those two guys. Then we got a 6-woman tag: Rhea Ripley, Dana Brooke, Mandy Rose, Charlotte Flair, Natalya, Tamina. With Charlotte Flair, Natalya, and Tamina getting the win there. I don't know. That whole segment was just kind of blah to me. Yeah. Yep. Promo with R-Truth and Riker was pretty funny. Just because of everything R-Truth did. Nothing that Riker did made me laugh. It was everything R-Truth does. Okay, here we go. Elias has new entrance music that replaced his old music that he actually performed in, and they're replacing that music with just random music. What sense does that make?
I think he might be released.
That's what you said.
Yeah. I just have a feeling, man, like they're setting this guy up to cut him loose. They're taking everything away from him that made him good or unique.
Yep. That whole strap match went all of 4 minutes with Jackson Riker getting the win. Riddle getting ready backstage. Damian Priest showed up to congratulate Riddle on the Battle Royal, wish him good luck, and then Riddle goes, "I'm not Riddle, I'm Randy Orton." And so Priest played along, but then mentioned there's Burger King, and then Riddle got all excited. And
did you see the photo Riddle put out today?
On Twitter?
Yes.
Let's see. Eating Burger King with Damian Priest.
Burger King replied and said, "This is our favorite. This is our favorite wrestling storyline," or something along those lines.
I got Damian Priest sporting a Sons of Anarchy Sam Crow shirt. That's awesome. Yeah, this is the best storyline in wrestling, is what Burger King tweeted out. Oh man, that's awesome. That's awesome, baby.
Speaking of awesome, bye Clippers.
Oh yeah.
Bye Clippers. And let me just say, if the Lakers had to go out in the first round, I'm glad it was to the team that's probably going to win the whole damn thing.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised it went this far.
And here's the thing. We were well on our way to going up 3-1 before Davis got injured. And I feel like if Davis wouldn't have gotten hurt, we would have went 3-1 and we would have ended up winning that series. The fact that Phoenix is going to go all the way and probably win the title says if the Lakers were healthy, we probably could have done the same thing. So that feels good.
Yeah, I thought the series would end quicker than that, but
well, you know how the freaking Clippers are. They're just sticking around, clawing out. Not anymore though. They're down by 26.
yeah,
with a minute left. So
probably not coming back.
Yeah. Less than a minute left. Here comes the 26-point lead evaporated. Now they're up by 28.
They have announced that Xavier Woods will return to Raw next week and face Bob Lashley again.
He's fighting Lashley again?
Yeah, they announced it on
I knew he was returning. I didn't know he was fighting Lashley again. Why?
Yeah, they announced that on Raw. Well, probably for revenge of what they did after the match.
There's no way I'd put him back in the ring with Lashley after coming back.
They actually announced that on Raw. I mean, he was only gone a week.
See, I heard them announce that he was coming back. I did not hear they were announced that he was going to be back in the ring with him.
Yeah, they announced that on Raw. That match. They announced that on Raw. And we get our main event, triple threat match. Riddle, kayfabe hurts his foot, so he gets taken out of the match, which leads to AJ Styles and Drew McIntyre. And Drew McIntyre gets the Claymore kick after Riddle actually miraculously hops back down to the ring and eats the Claymore. And so Drew McIntyre qualifies for Money in the Bank.
Because of course he does.
Yeah, adding to the list of people we want to see in Money in the Bank and adding a guy that we really don't want to see. I don't think he's going to win it, though.
Unless WWE is even stupider than I think they are.
Well,
there's no way Drew McIntyre's winning this fucking Money in the Bank match because they will effectively ruin this man in front of a live crowd.
They'll turn him into John Cena and Roman Reigns, and he'll get booed. Top story, Friday, another bomb dropped on the WWE roster as a lot of people, about a dozen people got released. A lot of 205 Live guys and some NXT guys. Of course, the main ones on there are Fandango and Tyler Breeze, which completely sucks. Everrise, just when I'm starting to like them. Killian Dane, really? Roderick Strong, you bring him back and you fire his wife. Tony Nese, longtime 205er, probably making too much money. Same with Arya Daivari. They've been there a while, so they're probably making too much money compared to what WWE wants to pay. Arturo Ruas, the MMA guy. August Gray, who was a big up-and-comer from Evolve. Kurt Stallion had a chance at the Cruiserweight Championship on NXT. And the Bollywood Boys, which Randy Orton gave high praise to.
That was very cool of him. He didn't have to do that.
Yeah. A lot of respect there. A lot of respect. Of course, the one that hurts to us is Tyler Breeze because we are big fans of Da Party. And so we don't know where that's going to leave Da Party. Of course, Jessamine Duke got released and she can still do up, up, down, down. Remains to be seen about Tyler Breeze because Jessamine Duke probably not. Who knows if she's wrestling again anywhere? Does not look likely at this point. It doesn't know. We don't know yet. Tyler Breeze, though, I mean, up in the air. He's got his own wrestling school. He even said he's not in a hurry to make a decision. So it's not a given that he wrestles again, too. So, he's got his school. So maybe he gets to stick around on Up, Down, Down. If he does not decide to continue wrestling. I don't know. I really don't know what's going to go on with those guys, Matt.
I don't know, man.
But we did get Breeze at least on Uno this week, so we'll see if he continues to be appearing on Up, Down, Down because he's had a couple appearances on there since he got released. So, well, what are your thoughts on those releases, Matt?
Breeze was the most surprising one, obviously. And I guess it'll be very interesting to see what happens with him going forward as far as Up, Down, Down is concerned. But clearly there's a release in there that Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful believes is going to come back and bite WWE in the ass in the next 6 to 7 months.
Yeah.
So
he wouldn't give any details, but apparently somebody very important is probably pissed off at what happened. Well, see, and Kevin Owens signed a long-term 5-year deal not too long ago, so I think he's locked in for a while.
Are we sure he signed a 5-year?
I thought it was 5, but maybe not. I don't know. I thought it was a long-term deal.
I don't know.
Yeah, I thought it was a long-term deal, but
if he signed a 5-year deal, then the only guy it could be is Adam Cole, baby. So I don't know. As far as I'm aware, Cesaro signed a new deal earlier this year.
Yeah, 2018 signed a 5-year extension.
Wait, you said 2019?
18.
2018. So
fall of 2018. So he's still 2 years away. Kevin is. So it might be Adam Cole.
Yeah, Cole's the only one that makes sense.
Moving on the headlines. After Dynamite on Saturday, Eddie Kingston took some shots at the WWE, and that then prompted Bully Ray to say to Eddie Kingston he should shut the fuck up and stay in his lane. What do you have to say about that one, Matt?
It's a really stupid thing to say. Tommy Dreamer really made Bully sound dumb today on Busted Open when they went back and forth about it. And of course, Bully Ray wouldn't back down and admit that he was wrong. Mm-hmm. But Tommy made him look foolish on numerous occasions on the show today.
How so?
Which is why I tweeted earlier this afternoon, Tommy Dreamer is the man. That's the tweet. Yeah. So yeah, Dreamer schooled him. It's way too much to get into here on the show. But if you listen to Busted Open Radio, definitely go check it out. Tommy took Bully to school, as it were, and it kind of made him sound foolish. And Bully just wanted to keep clinging to this thing of Kingston questioning the heart of the WWE locker room, and Dreamer kept giving example after example after example of why he said what he said was okay, and Bully just, yeah.
Well, my hope was it may turn into a work eventually. Bully Ray shows up and terrorizes Tony Khan on Dynamite. Takes on Eddie Kingston. That'd be a fun promo, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, Sean Ross Sapp did not seem to think that was likely on the AEW Dynamite post-game show tonight. So,
and maybe that's why Bully Ray is so anti AEW lately. He ain't getting that invite, pal.
Maybe.
WWE is going to return to Madison Square Garden. They've announced, per Mike Johnson, PW Insider, sources with Inside MSG announced that the Friday, September 10th edition of SmackDown will air from the Garden. Of course, the Garden just opened up for their first show about 10 days ago with the Foo Fighters. And in a judgment decision that we all saw coming, Booker T loses his lawsuit against Activision, complaining about similarities between a character on Call of Duty and his G.I. Bro character. Whenever that broke, we laughed and said he's going to get his ass handed to him in court. And hey, Matt, look what happened.
Yeah, we could have saved him years of money.
Tell you what. Bear with me just a moment. We got some new content on the Peacock. We got documentaries of Sting, Batista, Big Show, Tuesday Night Titans, great 80s talk show that is up there now. Undertaker's greatest matches, and You Think You Know Me, the story of Edge. And SmackDown is nearly complete as well. A few episodes are missing. Same with Raw Nitro. Those are almost both pretty much close to being completed. Of course, everybody expectation was that they would get pretty much up to speed by SummerSlam. So it looks like they're well on their way to that. F9, Fast and Furious continues to print money. We haven't been to the movie theaters hardly at all with the pandemic, and it brought in 70 million domestic over the weekend. So
that's pretty damn solid.
That's damn solid for the pandemic era, for damn sure.
Yeah.
It brought in a shit ton of money in overseas as well, where it opened up a few weeks earlier. Is there anybody WWE wise, ex WWE wise, that's starring in movies Dune or James Bond's No Time to Die?
Batista.
Is Batista in which one?
Oh,
he's in both. Oh, okay. I was
Why?
wondering why Mike Johnson was reporting this, or not Mike Johnson, but Steven Fernandez at PW Insider, per Deadline.com. Dune is now going to open in theaters and debut on HBO Max on October 22nd. It originally was going to go head to head with the James Bond movie No Time to Die on October 8th. So now Dune is being pushed back a couple of weeks and will be also released on HBO Max.
Oh, no. I was thinking Batista's been in another Bond movie. I don't think he's in the latest one.
I wonder, why would they report that then?
Maybe it's somebody else that's in the same movie.
Let's take a look. Here we go. IMDb. I just don't know why they would.
When did they post this? What are we looking at?
Oh, they posted it at the same time as Batista's in Dune.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, okay. I thought you said he was in both.
Yeah, and then I said Batista was in another James Bond movie is what I said. But yes, Batista's in Dune.
Yep, so if you're subscribed to HBO Max, that'll be out the same day. WWE filed trademarks for Hashiman, who is in the Diamond Mine, as well as Elektra Lopez, which is the new ring name for Carissa Rivera. 1998 ECW Hardcore TV is now on Peacock. That was the TNN show, right? Hardcore TV. 98, isn't that right?
I think so.
Tommy End, of course, you know him as Aleister Black in WWE, has signed a new sponsorship deal with combat equipment and technical fight apparel company Hayabusa. And I'd be surprised to see him join his wife in about 90 days, right?
Maybe.
Your main event for Best in the World, which happening Sunday, July 11th in Baltimore. Russian Bandito will be your main event. We got ROH TV champion Tony Deppen takes on Dragon Lee, as well as Jay Lethal and Brody King. I believe that's their first time ever. EC3, Flip Gordon, and last man standing between Silas Young and Josh Woods. And it appears that NXT producer and coach Sanjay Dutt has been released. He has gone from the WWE.
He didn't release, he quit.
Oh, he did? He quit? Oh, Mike Johnson.
He put in his notice weeks ago.
Oh.
And he's working for AEW.
Oh, okay, yeah, he was gone. Yep, there you go. Gave his notice. Yep, he was there this week. AEW.
Yep. Working as a producer.
There was a rumor that Cannon Seaman, the vice president of talent development, was gone, but those are incorrect. He is still with the WWE.
Yeah, I'm starting to think he's on the chopping block.
Right.
And someone got the word early, and he's like, "What the fuck's going on?"
Right.
That situation might have actually saved his job because now they're gonna look really bad if they let him go.
Oh man, what's going on in that company?
I wish I knew, man. I wish I knew.
If we're to believe Seth Rollins' Instagram story, he and Becky Lynch got married.
WWE officially said they got married yesterday on their Twitter account. So,
well, it must be true.
Yeah, I'd say when the company confirms it, that initially I thought that Seth might be trolling because Seth loves to troll.
Yeah.
But when WWE came out and congratulated them, I'm like, all right, it's legit.
Yeah, he said it was a nice day to get married or something like that on an Instagram story. Well, posting a shot of Becky Lynch's butt.
And nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that at all. WWE finished their list of the 50 greatest tag teams, and I'm sure many people scoffed at number 1, but let's run down the top 10. At number 10, the British Bulldogs. Number 9, the Brothers of Destruction. Number 8, the New Age Outlaws. Number 7, the Usos. Number 6, Legion of Doom. Number 5, the Dudleys. Number 4, Edge and Christian. Number 3, the Hart Foundation. Number 2, the Hardy Boys. And number 1, the New Day. I don't know. I think it's just a thing that WWE wants to put someone current in there. Do you honestly believe they're the best tag team of all time?
In WWE? Maybe.
They're good, but
it's not in all of professional wrestling. It's the best WWE tag team of all time.
Over the Hardys, over Edge and Christian, over the Dudleys, over the Legion of Doom. Well, Legion of Doom mostly was in NWA, but
yeah, the other team in the top 5 was the Hart Foundation. So, I'm not gonna hate on the New Day, 11-time tag team champions. Kofi World Champion. Big E has held the Intercontinental title. There's a chance he can be world champion in a couple months. I mean, yeah, man, I can't hate.
Interesting names in the top 50. Kane and X-Pac, 44. Batista and Ric Flair at 43. Rated RKO, 40. How long did that even last? Paul London, Brian Kendrick at number 39. That was a damn good team, too. Jericho and the Big Show, Jer Show at 35. They got the Street Profits in at 33. Bludgeon Brothers, Harper and Rowan. Good to see showing them respect. 31. Morrison and the Miz at 29. The Bar at 28. Team Hell No at 27. Shield at 22. DX at 21. Steiner's at 17. Rock and Sock at 16. Rockers at 14. Mega Powers at 13, Demolition at 11. Pre-orders end, well, by the time this podcast ends. Pre-orders for the AEW replica title belt, which is very pricey but very well made. $6.99 is the price, but those pre-orders are going to end by the time you hear the show. So unless you got one, sorry about your damn luck. WWE has released the trailer for their new Icons show with featuring Lex Luger, which I believe
Lexi.
Lex Express. I'm not sure when that debuts. Doesn't say here, so maybe that debuts after Money in the Bank. I'm not sure. Doesn't say for sure.
I'm not sure. That would make sense.
Yeah. WWE has announced a Legends skateboard deck line with the 9 Club. So there's going to be some skateboard decks featuring WWE Legends coming soon. And Cody Rhodes and Brandy, they if you check out Instagram today, June 30th, as we record, shared the first picture with their daughter. And there's going to be an article on People Magazine as they introduce their daughter, Liberty Iris, as well. That's going to be on newsstands. Who knows? Keep an eye out for it. Is what I got to say about that. And any other news you can think of, Matt?
Off the top of my head, brother.
Some television numbers for you. Raw. If this number's accurate, I know when we got an insanely low number, it was not accurate last time, but word is on the street 1.57. That's not good, Matt.
Hey, they went up against Stanley Cup and the NBA playoffs, man.
They're always going against somebody, though. So I mean, eventually it's maybe on them.
I'm not arguing with you, man. I'm just saying they had some stiff sports competition that night.
Yeah. SmackDown did 1.859, down about 70,000 viewers. NXT did 636, while Dynamite on Saturday outdid that at 649. Impact Wrestling is going down continuously at 111 last check there. Darby Allin is going to be in Jackass 4. I think that's a good fit with his skateboarding and stuff. So that's going to be pretty cool to see him.
Are you saying Darby Allin is a jackass?
I am. Of course, he's befriended Tony Hawk and Steve-O and Travis Pastrana along the way. So he's been friends with those guys. And so it makes sense that he's in Jackass 4. And finally, Andrade El Idolo teases us with what we'd love to see. And he wants to create a super faction with himself, Charlotte and Ric Flair, and Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Logistics aren't quite there yet, are they?
I don't think that's happening.
I don't think the logistics are not quite there for that to happen, sir. But we would love to see it, but I don't think we're gonna. That's going to do it for this edition of Lost in the Midcard. Thank you to SpiderDuck.net for being our host, enabling us to be on iTunes, Spotify, any of your favorite podcasting apps. All you got to do is search for Lost in the Midcard. Hit that subscribe button. That way you know every time a new episode comes your way, typically every Thursday. But always good to subscribe so you know when a new episode comes your way. We're on the YouTube as well. Give us a subscribe, please. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a comment on the video. Let us know what you think. We'd love to hear from you on the YouTube. The link is on our new website, litmcpodcast.com. Links are also on our pinned posts on Twitter and Facebook. Go to facebook.com/Lost in the Midcard or at Twitter at LITMC Podcast. And also follow us on the Twitter and bullshit with us while we tweet about wrestling as well. Matt's on there at Raw of Showtime. I'm on there at JB Huskers. And as always, have a good week. And before we ride off into the sunset, Matt, any final thoughts?
So happy AEW Dynamite's back on Wednesday nights where it belongs, and it makes Hump Day worthwhile, brother.
And it's back forever. Well,
sure, why not?
Hopefully. For Matt Black, this is Jeremy Bennett. Thanks for tuning in to Lost in the Midcard. We'll be back at you next time.